accident that we have pressed through to be here in this time and in this space with the people around us, with the circumstances that emerge in the world. Because whenever two or more people are gathered, there's going to be friction, there's going to be disagreement, and there will be growth. There will be growth. My growth doesn't mean your growth. Your growth does not have to determine mine. However, I pledge to stand in honor and respect of whatever your path is, whatever your growth is. Because that's the commitment I make. That's the commitment I make. And the one last thing I want to say is that Richard Rohr is one of my favorite writers. If you haven't read him, I want to suggest that you look for any of his books. And he talks, in fact, this is the one that I love the most now. It's called The Wisdom Pattern. It's Richard R-O-H-R, The Wisdom Pattern. And this is where we are. At any time, you can find yourself in this pattern, or you will find the world, or the people around you. And we're not all in it at the same time. But what happens is we have order. Everything's going along. Nice and this is good. This is cool. Yeah. Everything's nice. Blue sky. All of that stuff. Disorder. Disorder. Buckminster Fuller advised us to not try to change the existing system, but to begin to live from that new system. And as they come together, because when two or more gather, there's a lot of this. So we have order, disorder, and then what happens? Reorder. So we are, each of us right now, collectively we are in a place of disorder and reorder. Disorder and reorder, disorder, reorder. Yet within is always the order, is always the divine order. So I want to invite everyone to remember that. And to reach out to people you love, reach out to people who might be afraid. We have some flyers out in the lobby. I don't know if they made it into your bulletin or not. But they say you are not alone. Because there are people right now who are afraid. So there are some helplines. Whether you are transgender, or you are a veteran, or you're afraid, whatever it is, these are some helplines, some suicide hotlines, and some help and support. And by the way, we're open. We're open for business. We're here. Come pray with us. Come pray with me. Call me. I'm here. And I will support you through all of it. And I won't give you your own navigation, but I will help you to come back to that center where navigation is always present. So what I would like to do for you right now is I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. And many of you have seen him hanging out here, and since he wouldn't leave, we just decided that we better bring him inside. I'm not inferring that you're a stray cat, but so Reverend Steve Jennings is, well, he's going to tell you all about himself. Would you just welcome my friend, Reverend? Anybody old enough to remember Martha Graham? Okay. Where did that name come from? Whoa. Okay. Okay. You are awesome. And I'm so glad you're here. Tell us a little bit. Well, first of all, the first thing I want to say is, well, you're a minister.
I'm a minister.
And you've been in ministry for a long time.
For a while.
And you are black.
And I'm black.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's right. There we go. I just wanted to acknowledge a few things because, sometimes, anyway.
And you're white.
I'm white.
You're like the coolest white woman I know.
I like to think so.
I'm not in love with your wife. I'm sorry, I'm in love with you. As a black man, I'm in love with you.
And I'm in love with you. Okay. There are very few people that I can call boo. So, anyway, I probably shouldn't call anyone boo. Anyway, just tell me briefly about your what has brought you to this place?
Just to give you a highlighted quickie, I actually ran ministry a long time ago. When I was 1 year old, I would run around the house, and my grandmother would say to my mother, "That boy's so bad, he's going to be a minister." She had already put that on me, so my mother would always tell that story when I was acting up. So it was already ingrained within me. I am a recovering Baptist, but I love my Baptist roots. I love growing up in the Baptist church. I love gospel music. I used to sing gospel music, and part of this journey led me to California, where I began this journey of, what does ministry look like? I was actually, at one point in my life, I was accepted to Oral Roberts University. And the reason why I didn't go because I was a big queer. And they right on the where you sign, it says no homosexuality on campus. So
I got a little problem here.
yeah. So I knew I got out to California. I began my discernment time to become a priest. And in the Episcopalian faith, you could be gay, you could be a woman, you could be whoever, you could be a priest. And then I walked into Agape International Spiritual Center 20 years ago, and it just changed my life. I walked into a space where I felt the love that I'd always been looking for. I didn't know what it was. I still did not articulate it, but there was a feeling tone, and I went, oh, this is the first time I felt God. And I knew that was the path. So from there, I went to practitioner training. I became an ordained minister through Agape, and then I became affiliated through CSL, called out to Florida for the last 3 years, and I said, it's time for me to come home.
Good.
And the home was bringing back the soul was coming down, and I wanted to be here in California, and then we started talking before I left Florida, and we just began to talk all about each other. That's what brings me here.
I would like this wonderful group of people to get a sense of who you are, how you teach, your sense about principle and truth. So I'm going to step aside so you can talk, and this is Skip. I love him.
Hey, y'all.
We love him. Skip Jennings.
And I am one of those ministers who use notes. I believe in notes. And I love when I get to write something out, I get to see it on paper, and I'm not always stuck to my notes, but I do use them. So I'm so grateful to be here, y'all. First of all, Dr. Cindy, isn't she amazing? And your leadership holds high consciousness and draws people in. And that was the first thing for me. I was drawn in because of her consciousness. And then incredible practitioners here. Practitioner core, strong. Practitioner leadership is filled with practitioners and practitioner consciousness. And when I landed here for the very first week, I just felt love here. I said, okay, this is the place where I want to hang out. So I grew up spiritually, I would say I grew up in Agape. I grew up in Agape International Spiritual Center. That's where I first met Team Lula years and years and years ago. Thank you, my brother. Because love is my religion. Love is our religion. And religion is something we do religiously, but we are spiritually minded people connected. This is a very important part of what we're going through. We're learning our connection to spirit. We're learning through these times that we are challenged and we're shaken up. We are going back to our principles. We're going back to our connection to God. My favorite chant in the whole world is Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. We all know that. We've been singing that for years. In the final line, it says, when there is peace in my mind, listen, when there is peace in my mind, there should be peace in the earth, on the earth. So, where does peace really lies? Within us. And we are here to cultivate, especially during this time, what does it mean to get at peace with ourselves? So we break down the Om Shanti. Om is the tonality of God. It is the sound that if God had a sound, it would be Om. Shanti means to make peace. So literally his prayer is, I will make peace with God within myself. So once we make peace within ourselves, we are able to see it in the world. You know, Wayne Dyer says, we don't get what we're looking for, we get where we're looking from. So when we're looking for a place of peace, that's what we shall see. So when I was in Florida, I was going through a dark night of the soul, and I was experiencing some racism that was going on in Florida, and I just was like, I can't do ministry anymore. So I called my friend Dave Daltz. Do you know Dave Daltz?
Oh, yeah.
And he sat me down and I said, and I was doing a wah, and ministry, he'd have the wah moments as well. And we have a spiritual posse that we can say wah to, and they just smile at you. You ever get to know Dave Daltz? I hope you do. He just has a beautiful smile, like, oh, he's about to lay something on me, and he did. I said, Dave, I just want racism to stop, because I'm tired of it. He goes, Skip, it's not going to happen. And I went, what? We pray all the time about racism and peace and everything. This. No. Because this is the polar experience of God. And that too is in God. And it shifted my thinking about peace. And he also followed up saying that you can have peace within yourself right now. And we did a little prayer, meditation. My whole shift of how peace is going to show up was shifted within me. A couple things we need to really talk about. Our spiritual principles. Our spiritual principle says that we are not separated from God. We're not separated from each other. We're all brought out of the unique expression of the one. So we believe that, but then we've got a question. Why are we seeing so much conflict? Why are we seeing so much energy out there that separates us? And I truly believe it's an egoic movement that's happening right now. Now listen, I'm not telling us to eradicate the ego. Only the ego wants to eradicate the ego. But what I am saying is that when we are led by ego, it causes us to be in a place of separation. How do we get back to center, as Dr. Sidney was talking about? There is a tools that we can use to get back to center. Our ego, we need, but it doesn't lead the show. Our heart is where we're here to lead the show. So how do we do that? And when I got the theme of the month, and it was wins, and I'm like, wins, that's very interesting. We talked about love wins last week. We're talking about peace wins. If you come on Wednesday night, I'm here talking about gratitude wins. I hope you join me on Wednesday night. And then next week, I'm talking about joy wins. And I truly believe that no one ever truly wins in a war. No one ever truly wins in an argument. No one truly ever wins an election. The aftermath is a polar opposite to what we really want to experience from our teaching, which is oneness, which is connection. So when we're in this polar experience and we look at this energy that's happening right now, it's caused by the ego. So how do we get back to a principle that brings us back to center? People call me the acronym minister. I love a good acronym. So whenever I speak, you're going to get a good acronym from me. So I took this word wins, and I said, how can I get an acronym from this word wins? Here it is. It stands for wisdom, inspiration, nurture, and service. We're here to cultivate our teachings. We're here to gain wisdom that we may have a shift within ourselves, because outside the shift is hitting the fan. So what are we going to do with that? What are we going to do with that? We must cultivate the wisdom that we truly believe in. It's easy to go away from that. We're called back home. Inspiration simply means to be in spirit. Inspiratus means in spirit, so we have to go back to who we truly are. Our divine nature is love, peace, oneness, prosperity, infinite possibilities, and that's for Foundations course. I hope you're going to take a Foundations course to get to the pure essence of who we are, and we get to nurture that. We get to nurture ourselves. Self-care, 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 self-care. What did I just say? Self-care. That is the order of the day right now, especially as we have gone through this traumatic experience. And even if you feel like this experience did not really affect me so traumatically, there's only one of us here. So what the collective is feeling, we too are feeling, even if we know it or not. And then once we nurture, we can get into service. So let's talk about the wisdom. And I believe, now this is very important. This is by Quincy Jones. And everyone says, rest in peace, rest in power. I'm like, Quincy ain't resting. He's in the other dimension, sending out some notes down to people like Jamie Lewis can pick it up. Oh, yeah, feeling the Quincy. But this is the quote that I love. And Quincy Jones says this for us to understand. We are the same. And the only thing that separates us is our ego and our fears. The sooner we realize that, the sooner we'll experience true peace and understanding. That ego, it can separate us. The fear, false evidence appearing real, It separates us. It keeps us from a place of connecting, of really having true fellowship. See, I truly believe in the Course in Miracles, it says that fear and love cannot occupy the same space. And guess where that space is? Here it is. I know when I'm in fear, I'm not in love. But we have a choice. I end all my broadcasts, all my podcasts with a simple phrase. Transformation is a choice, and you can choose today. When we make an instantaneous decision to shift, it will happen. It's our willingness. And if you're sitting here in fear, because I know I sometimes am, it comes up, I'm choosing to shift from fear to love. And then guess what that is called? A miracle. Here's another one I want to give you from my teacher, Michael Beckwith, my friend. You can't take sides on a round planet. That's the truth, Ruth. You cannot take sides on a round planet. Close your eyes just for a moment. Just close your eyes. And I want you to bring into your consciousness, your mind's eye, the earth. Not the earth of where you're sitting, but the earth from space. Bring that into your consciousness. Hold that image. I want you to see the circle, the fullness of the earth. You really cannot define the people that are on this planet, but you see it as a whole. Send out this loving energy, vibration on this planet right here and right now. And so it is. Mm-hmm. Come back in. So I didn't see any sides. I just saw one circle. And you know, circle is the representation of the divine energy that never ends. It never begins, it never ends. It is eternal. It always connects. It always gives us this eternal source. So the circle, our planet's a circle. There are no sides. There are no sides. Here's another one here, and this is probably one of my favorite Bible verses, and it came up at a very important time. I believe in the Bible, the Tao, the Quran. I Science of Mind. I have so many spiritual books. I need to open up a spiritual bookstore. The Bible's only one source, and Jesus, the master teacher, which his real name was Yeshua ben Joseph, son of Joseph, he spoke incredible words, and on the Mount, he said, on the Sermon on the Mount, he said, this blessed are the peacekeepers, for they shall be known as children of God. Here's what I know, what I experienced for the last, 20 years, what I've been seeing. When people get up on a stage and they spew out hate, fear, doubt, worry, when they spew out racism and sexism and transphobia comments, I'm not sitting up there going, well, isn't that a man of God? Just not. If I want to be known as a man of God or a child of God, I'm going to bring compassion, love. I'm going to bring divine energy. I'm going to bring a place where people can get a hug, not people that are running from me. That's the child of God that I want to be. So blessed are the peacekeepers, for they shall be known as children of God. Albert Einstein taught this to us. We cannot solve the problem on the same level we created the problem. Check that out. Because we create this problem from our ego, but how are we going to shift? How are we going to bring in a new solution? We have to go higher. This is the knowledge that we are here to study, the wisdom that we are looking to bring forth. So when we're in our place of wisdom, place of study, it opens up an avenue for having a new conversation. We have to have a new conversation. We have to be curious, not just why did you vote this way, but what's your life like? How did you grow up? From people who are not like us, and in the Hindu faith, it says, do not be deceived by your lying eyes. Your lying eyes says, I'm gay, you're straight, you're this, you're that, we're different. But guess what? There's only the energy that connects us. That's our true nature. So we can't be deceived by what we see. Go by what we feel. So when we are in this process, we get to cultivate inspiration. the inspiration of who and what we really are. So how do we do that? How do we get inspired? Prayer, meditation, fellowship, gracious giving, service. These are all the things that inspire us to tap into the wisdom that we are studying. It becomes living inspiration. That's what we want to be. We want to be living inspiration. And then what is the nurturing? What is the nurturing? We said self-care, but there are many ways to just take care of ourselves right now. How about some rest? I don't know about you, but I'm tired. Anybody else feeling tired? I am feeling tired. I know that last time in 2016 when all this began to happen again, or it happened the first time, it's going to happen again. I was like, okay, I'm going to get my boots on. I'm going to walk. Black Lives Matter. And guess what? I got burnt out. I got burnt out so much where I just was in a dark space and I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was in my home. I didn't want to get out and be of service. So the nurturing is now preparation. We have an old saying in the church, get prayed up, stay prayed up. That's our time right now. This is what the nurturing is going to do. But you can take a bath. You can get into nature. Nature's our greatest healer. Let nature do what nature does. Get out to nature. Heal yourself. Nurture yourself. Love yourself. Let someone call you. That's nurturing. Drinking water, eating plant-based food. This is all the stuff that we're called to do right now. Because once we nurture, guess what? It's time to get out into service. This is one question I'm going to ask you to think about this week. Because we can't do it all. I mean, Dr. Sidney and I were talking about this. The last time this happened, we were everywhere, every place, and I couldn't do it all. I want you to ask yourself one question. What is mine to do? That's the question you need to ask. Because not everyone is called to be on a pulpit. Not everyone's called to be out in the streets. But we can do something. Because our planet needs us to say yes to serving. Because, go back to the beginning principles, there's only one of us here. So when one of us, we serve ourselves. There is a greater yet to be seen. And a lot of people have been getting on me like this. They're going, you're very new thought about this. I don't want you to think what I'm about to say is a spiritual bypass. Because it's not. There's something greater seeking to emerge from this situation we're in. It's called the law of emergence. There is something that's greater that's coming through every adversity that we feel, every heartache, every tear, every cry, every breakup. Is something seeking to emerge. And what I know that is emerging from us is the divine emanation, divine presence, the divine love is seeking to emerge. This is also, I believe, the beginning of the new earth Eckhart Tolle talks about. We're breaking down and people are fighting to hold on to that imaginary power. Yeah, I got power because I'm controlling this side. Partisanship means to control. I'm going to be a part of this, and I'm going to tell you how bad that part is so I can control the whole. That's the experience. But what God says to all of us, there is no sides. There is no partisanship. There is just love. So I'm going to remind you, here's your growth work for this week. I believe in growth work. This week I want you to win. I want you to tap into the principle of wins. I want you to study. I want you to study. I want you to pick up books about peace. I want you to pick up books about love, about our true nature. Go back to our principles. Some of us went through foundations, now need to pull out the foundation book again. Reestablish yourself in the wisdom that you know that changed your life, the reason why you're here. Inspiration. Be inspired. Look for peace. Look for love. Be inspired through your meditation practice, through fellowship. Nurture yourself, guys. Ladies, gents, people, family, nurture yourself because we got work to do. And then be willing to step into service because that's going to change this planet. North Hollywood, thank you so much for allowing me to be here. And remember, transformation is a choice. We can transform this world today. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Reverend Skip is here as a guest minister in residence. We've
Yes.
created something new. It's a pilot program. What do you think? So he will be with me and our practitioner students Tuesday night. He will be speaking on Wednesday night right in here. And on, what else do we have going on this week? Saturday we have a listening circle. Everyone is invited. And practitioners after that from 1 to 2, we'll have a little bit of a meet and greet with Skip so you can get to know him as a minister, as a teacher. And Sunday, you are absolutely speaking.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, you said some wonderful things, and I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate all of it. And let's pray. So we take just a moment now to once again gratefully and intentionally recognize and remember that there is one power, one presence. It is infinite, all love, all knowing, all joy, all giving. It is that heart that beats through all of us, that beats through this entire universe. It is that which is both source and substance, creator and created, whether we call it God, spirit, life, light, source, ketchup, or George. It is there, and it is absolutely surrounding and filling each and every one of us with itself. And I know for us that we are awake to recognize that in ourselves and in each other. We recognize the presence of love. We recognize the presence of peace. Moreover, we choose to be the activity of peace. We choose to be the activity of love. We choose to be that activity of harmony, of compassion, of possibility. Because we are here as co-creators with God. We are co-creators with Spirit. We say yes to the inspiration so that we might stand forth and shine a light for this planet. So we might stand forth and love this planet, love all beings everywhere. And that is so, so profound. So we know that together we are blessings. This church is a blessing. So we bless this church. We bless all churches, all paths to God's, all mosques, all temples, all ashrams, all synagogues, all cathedrals, wherever two or more gather, wherever one is gathered. I know that the light is shining. And we say yes to be that which fans the flame of possibility and oneness. So for that and for so much more, I release this word into the activity of spiritual law, knowing that these words do not return to us void. They are absolutely moving, circulating through all life. And yes, indeed, we are shifted, we are lifted, and we are part of that infinite creation, which is God. And so it is. Together we all say, Amen. I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So now is the time when we invite you to share your gifts, your tithes, your love offerings so that you might participate in the stewardship of this church. So that you might participate in that law of circulation. So that you might participate in this planet, in the unfoldment of love and joy and abundance for all. So I invite you to take that offering in your hand, hold it to your heart, and say our affirmative blessing with me. It is in your bulletin. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly.
I am
Thank
so
you very much.
blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed.
Thank you, Skip. Thanks, Rev. This is a song I wrote with Gary Lynn Floyd. It's called, wrote it back during, just after George Floyd incident. I think it's applicable today. So.
Yes. Is that your... Yeah, your mommy's in there, right?
Your mic's on, Sydney. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Take a hand, take a knee. Tell everybody he's free. Stop inequality. We owe apologies. Take a stand, make a choice. Let every human rejoice. A word, shout, scream, or noise. Let freedom ring in their voice. From deep within it comes in every one of us. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. Another anthem we sing. We stand together on the brink. Love and peace take wing. Let equality ring. Take a moment and breathe. Nothing is as it seems. No one's living beneath another human being. From deep within it comes in every one of us. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. If fear is running your mind, leave your weapons behind. Anger's leaving us blind. Come together and kind with one another. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. One and all in one. A new day's dawning. We are one in the spirit of love. Let it ride, let it ring. Hear freedom calling. We are one in the spirit of love. Yeah, yeah. Hear freedom calling. Yeah. Thank you. Well, you've all been very patient. We went a little long today because we had some Facebook technical issues, but you know what? It's okay. Gosh, Jamie, band, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you, digital ministry team. If you are new, we have stuff for you. We've got merch, free merch, actually. There's a table around the corner. It's our welcome table. It has a packet with all sorts of information about stuff that's going on. Also, we have classes, we have events, we have concerts. Oh my goodness.
A week from today, Joanna O'Brien is doing her incredible, you know what, now Doreen is pulling her hair out because I just stepped away from the order of stuff. I'll come back, okay. I go rogue. Okay, I'll come back. We have a welcome table, and everything you'd ever want to know is on your purple page, inside your program, and it's also on the website. On your bulletin and on this purple page, you're going to see how you can support us. There's a text-to-give number, a QR code, or you can go to our website, nhcrs.org/give. Thank you. Prayer with a practitioner available after the service. Just come forward, and they will be here for you. Our chapel is open for meditation before both services now on Sunday, 9 to 9:20. 11 to 11:20, and every Sunday, as you can see, Junior Church is open. From the little tiny Oompa Loompas to the big teens, we've got it all. This Wednesday night, Reverend Skip is talking about gratitude wins. Join us for meditation at 6:50. The service is at 7. By the way, we could use more ushers. If you'd like to be an usher, and it's the best way to get involved in our community, especially if you're new, see Terry at the welcome table. Today, our Good Gossip Club, which is a wonderful thing where everybody tells wonderful news about you and the truth, with practitioner Nikki Zavara, is meeting at 1 p.m. in Junior Church. Our annual giving tree, our Christmas giving tree event is going on right now, so you will see Gail Perlott and her Christmas elves out on the patio. They will answer questions, help you pick a name. Every year, we have been supporting the family and children at North Valley Caring Services. Last year, we Christmased about 100 kids and their families, and it was pretty remarkable. Listening Circle this Sunday from 10 to 12, Saturday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Come and join with me to share, to connect, to help inspire and help create, and let's co-create this community going forward. Sunday, this is the one that Doreen was going to slap me around about. On Sunday, we have Joanna O'Brien at 4 o'clock doing her incredibly, phenomenally successful concert. She did over 40 shows touring the country with this. It's called Yesterday Once More. It's the sound of Karen Carpenter. And I hope that last time we sold out. She did this in the spring. This is a great show. Tickets are $25 and are available online and on the patio. Thanksgiving dinner, y'all. Thanksgiving dinner on Thanksgiving Day, 3 o'clock. We're supplying the turkeys. You're supplying the side dishes. Space is limited, so sign up. Our Loving Outreach Ministry feeds the homeless the third Sunday of every month. So next Sunday is when we're doing it. Please sign up to bring stuff, to be there, to help support this ministry. It's out on the table. Zoom meditation, Monday through Saturday, 7:55 to 8:15 a.m. Purple page. It says right here, purple page. Visit our website for links, and you can sign up for weekly e-blasts and monthly newsletters. That's it. Let's sing and get out of here.
1, 2, 3.
Practitioners, come on up. Practitioners. In the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in the consciousness of peace.
consciousness of peace.
I release all fear.
I release all fear.
I am living love.
I am living love.
Have a blessed week, y'all.
That was something else.